everyone, thank you for stopping by Books and Jams. I'm Krista, and it's time for another weekend reading vlog. Yay! It's Friday. Thank goodness for Friday. I have zero plans for the weekend other than getting a lot of cleaning done in my house and going to visit Jordan in the hospital, hoping to see more progress with my brother, and getting a lot of reading done. I do have a lot of cleaning that needs to get done. Almost all of my free time has been spent traveling to the hospital, staying in the hospital with Jordan for a few hours, driving home, and then I pretty much read for a little bit, talk to my mom on the phone, and go to bed. That's about the extent of my days for the last week or so. Yeah, it was last Friday that he went in. So I'm expecting more of the same. I will try to do some more reading when I'm actually visiting him. Lately, I've just been playing Happy Color. But maybe I can pop in one earphone because he's often just really drowsy and sleeps a lot of the time. But it's nice to know that someone is there with you. But today I have to work. So I'm headed to go hang out with my little dude. We will go to the gardens as usual. We will probably not spend too much time outside. It's supposed to be chilly today, less than 40. I know that's all relative. I know many of you are in states and in places where it's much, much, much colder than here. But for us here in Virginia, not getting above 40 is pretty cold. I think the high is right now, 39 degrees is supposed to be the high today. And that's what my car thermostat says that it is. So we'll see. I will tell you later about the books that I'm going to be reading, but I need to head out to work, so I need to go. I'll talk to you soon. Hello, it is nap time at work, and I just sat down to read, and I read one chapter in Things That Matter. This is the nonfiction book that I'm currently reading. I am taking my sweet time with it, but I actually think I would like to make some decent progress in it this weekend, if not finish it. So I have quite a ways to go, but I just finished reading a chapter about fear of failure, and next chapter is about overcoming the distraction of past mistakes. Oh, the first one was overcoming the distraction of fear, not just of failure, but all kinds of fear. I'm going to set that down though, because I have a few things I need to do on my computer, but then I will pop in an audiobook and listen to that for the rest of nap time. And sadly, I'm not going to tell you what that audiobook is, because it is my first book for my Read Like Keisha project. Read Like a Booktube Friend. I chose Keisha from A Book Like You this month. The Spinner chose it. And so I've started my first book for that vlog. So that's going to be like a secret book that I'm reading this weekend. But I do have a couple buddy reads that I wanted to get started early on in the month. So maybe I'll pick up some of those before the weekend is over. One of them is Tales from the Cafe, which is my patron pick. And the other is Ink and Bone, I think it's called. The fantasy Great Library series book that I'm reading with Emily Reads. So both of those buddy reads I should get started this weekend. And that's that. So I'm going to get a little bit of work done and then some audiobook time in while I happy color until nap is over. I didn't show too much of the gardens today, just really the bonsai room. It's the new exhibit that they have going on right now in the conservatory, and it's gorgeous. Those bonsai trees were so cool, and I learned that bonsai is not a type of tree, it's an art. It's the type of art form of trimming and creating those super unique tree shapes and stuff. I don't know if any tree could be a bonsai tree, but some of those trees have been bonsai, trained in bonsai, I guess you call it, for many years. Some of them are relatively newer bonsai trees. Pretty cool. Anyways, I learned a lot and they're beautiful. So hopefully you enjoyed some of those bonsai trees. And that's going to be it for now. I will check back in later today. I'm in my car about to go into the hospital to see my brother. He was a little bit emotional yesterday, so I don't know how he's going to be today. He asked for some clean clothes, so I brought him some things from home. I just listened to an audiobook while I was on my way over here. Usually I have headphones in my bag so I can listen like while I'm walking up to his floor and checking in and all that stuff. But the one that I have in here, it's missing one. I don't know if you can even see it. This one is missing because I used it yesterday, and so it's on the shelf in my book room in my library. This one ran through the wash last week and it doesn't work anymore. So I don't have headphones to use. I'm not going to get to read tonight while I'm with Jordan, which is fine. I don't usually read while I'm with him in the room anyway. I try to talk to him as much as he can. He's usually pretty drowsy and stuff, but I have about 3.5 hours left of the audiobook I'm currently listening to, which is one of my Read Like Keisha books. And I'll just say it involves monsters and it's not normally my thing, but I'm very interested. I have not been creeped out yet. It is a thrillery kind of a book. And that's about all I'm going to give you. But I'm enjoying it. So that's fun. And I should finish that. Probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow morning. But I'm going to stay with Jordan for a couple hours. The visitors have to leave at 8 anyway. So I will leave around 8 and get home and have some more reading before the night is over. All right. I am finally home. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I've been home for a little bit, but I am in my PJs. I actually have a load of laundry started tonight, getting a head start on tomorrow's chores. I think I'm just going to keep working on my Read Like Keisha book since I only have 3.5 hours of that left. I'd like to get that done this weekend, the first one anyway, and then maybe read another chapter or two tonight of Things That Matter. I just feel like I want something fluff. And I don't really have anything on my TBR that's fluff. So I'm just going to keep working on what I'm already doing. Sorry I can't tell you specifics about the book, but I just wanted to check in for the night. And I'll let you know how much I get done by the end of the night. I did find some reading sprints. I've got them going on my computer right now. It's whose channel? Reading with Jess. Her channel. There's a group of ladies doing an X's and O's readathon, which I'm not participating in. I kind of wish I was, because then I would have some fluffy kind of rom-com books on my TBR. But I just am here for the reading sprints. I love reading sprints. They're reading right now for another 47 minutes. So I should get a good chunk of my audiobook read. And I'll probably do happy color while I'm listening. I could go put a puzzle away and start a new puzzle, but I really just want to sit. I'm feeling really tired tonight. So I'm just going to sit here and listen to the audiobook, and I will check in a little bit later. I'm ending the night at just under 2 hours read today. Probably could have been more, but the sprints tonight, they played this long game in the middle, and I just kind of watched it because I just was zoning out at that point instead of reading. So hopefully I can get a lot more read tomorrow. I don't know if I'm really liking this book that I'm reading, but there was a couple things that were said that are making me question if everything is as straightforward as it might appear to be. I'm like, are these characters really who they say they are or not? I'm questioning things now, which is kind of fun in a mystery thriller to question things. I guess that's the point, right? I won't say that it's not at all creepy, but it's not as creepy as I was thinking it might be. but I'm enjoying it. But it's 11:30 now, and I need to go brush my teeth and go to bed. I will probably listen to just a few more minutes as I get ready for bed, but then I'm going to sleep. I will talk to you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Saturday and sprints are well underway in my home. I have already started doing some timer cleaning, which is when I set a timer for 15 minutes and I work on one area and just work on cleaning for 15 minutes. And then I get to sit and either work on editing or reading or like some sitting activity. And then the timer goes off in 15 minutes. And then I get up and do some more cleaning. So we are in that mode this morning. I have a lot of things on my to-do list right here. I will show you my to-do list for the day. It's pretty long and I probably won't get all of it done. But I also wanted to say that I finished listening to my first Read Like Keisha book. So I need to film a clip for that, but I'm going to wait until I actually have a shower and get ready for the day. Painting my nails is on the list. Laundry is already underway. Yeah, so there's just some cleaning and some household stuff that needs to get done today. And the plan is to go around lunchtime to visit Jordan. So it's just 8:30 right now. So I've got a couple hours this morning to hopefully edit and get a video up. My January wrap up is already filmed. So I want to get that done and ready to go up. And then I would like to get some reading done, but also just some regular old weekend cleaning around the house. That is the plan for the morning. I may do some kind of before and after shots for you. My kitchen, it's a hot mess right now. Probably going to start another puzzle because I'm going to start another audiobook. And yeah, we're just going to have a typical Saturday morning, but I will try to share some of it with you, including freshly out of bed Krista. I need to get the timer going and I'm going to start editing right now for 15 minutes and see how far I get. Current state of the kitchen. Let's see what a 15-minute sprint can do. Yikes. Okay, here's what I did. I cleaned off the stove. I got it and I sprayed it, ready to wipe it down. Put the dishes away. Got the dishes ready to be washed. Put some extra food stuff on the counter away. Took out my trash. I just got done with taking out the trash and the recycling, but I need to add a new bag, obviously. I put a couple things away off the table and I switched the laundry and got rid of some of the laundry stuff that was sitting there. So still need another sprint or two in the kitchen, but progress has been made. Now back to editing for another sprint. I'm at 34 minutes and 35 seconds. In the last sprint, I did some of my rough cuts and got out some of the longer pauses. It was 38 something minutes and I've already got it down to 34. I'm 25 seconds in. Let's see how far I can get in 15 minutes. All right, 15 minutes is done. Plus extra because my sister called in the middle, but I did pause the timer. So now I'm at 33 minutes total footage and I'm at 7:56. So not too bad. I will make some more progress on that in a little bit, but I'm headed back into the kitchen for another 15 minutes in there. Okay, after round 2 in the kitchen, my stove top is cleaned. My dishes are done. I do need to clean out my sinks and like clear off the counters and the windowsill. I did put a few more things away on the table. I did put a new bag in the trash and kind of wiped that down with a wipe. So I just have the floors and a little bit more to do, but the kitchen is almost done for the day. All right, I just did another 15 minutes of editing and I am at 14:40. So I've made it another 7 minutes in and the video is now down to 32 minutes of raw footage. So I'm making my way through that, but I do think I need to stop kind of cleaning and editing for now and get ready for the day, make myself an early lunch. I am doing intermittent fasting for the month of February, except for 2 weekends this month where I have something going on. The virtual reading retreat is this next weekend, and then my cousins get together is the weekend after that. So both of those weekends, I'm not worrying about when I eat. I'm just going to eat what I want when I want. But for now, I'm stopping eating at 7 p.m. or around there and not eating again until around 11. So I'm going to get a shower and get ready for the day and then make myself an early lunch, brunch, something to eat. And then I'm going to go head over to the hospital to see Jordan for a bit. And then I'll come back this afternoon. I still need to clean the bathroom. I still need to finish laundry. I'm still going to finish the kitchen. So I am still going to try to get some cleaning stuff done so I don't have to do it tomorrow. I do need to do a sprint in this room as well. Wait till you see. It's not pretty. So I hope you don't mind hanging out with me and cleaning. I do often listen and watch BookTube while I'm getting ready for the day. That's about the only time that I watch BookTube anymore. So I'm way behind. I'm not even going to try to catch up on most videos. I just choose a couple to watch while I'm getting ready, and that's about it these days. I feel like something needed to come off my plate, and keeping up with BookTube was an impossible task anyway, so it is something that has come off my plate. The pressure that I might have put on myself to keep up with everybody's videos, which I just can't do. Look, I did all the dishes and I just found some more in here. Sad. It is now 3:45-ish. Exactly, 3:44. And I just got home from hanging out with Jordan for a couple hours, and he was pretty drowsy by the time I left. So we had a couple conversations. He was awake enough to brush his teeth and change his clothes, and just talked a little bit with him about a few things. And then he couldn't stay awake for much longer, which is very typical. So I left him there to rest and came home to continue with the sprinting of cleaning my house and editing and reading. While on the way to the hospital, I did listen to one chapter of Things That Matter and decided it's not a book I want to listen to. I would rather read it in print, but I did get one more chapter done. And then I read just a very tiny bit from a Kindle book, which is The Fixer Upper I'm reading right now, but I'm only on chapter 2. I'm determined to try to read one Kindle book every month, and hopefully those will mostly be NetGalley books, which will just help me keep working on my NetGalley score. I was also just looking at my pile of books for February, and I don't have anything on there that's kind of light and fluffy. And while in the hospital, that's just what I wanted. So I'm like, oh, I brought my Kindle, and that has a few rom-coms on it. So The Fixer Upper is a rom-com. I am planning on not going anywhere else tonight. I'm just going to read and relax and clean some more. I'm hoping to get in this room, and I'll show you this room because it's, again, a hot mess in here. So I'll show you a 15-minute sprint in here. I'm going to hopefully get a little bit more done in the kitchen. I did start a puzzle while I was eating lunch, so I just was starting to sort out edges and stuff. I'll show that to you later. So yeah, I'm just home for the afternoon now, ready to relax and get some more stuff done. I had some fun middle grade March mail when I got home, and I can't tell you about it. But those announcements will be coming very soon, and I'm very excited. Okay. But now I'm going to sit and edit. I want to really get this video done. So I'm going to sit and edit for a little bit. I will let you know how far I get. Okay, 15 more minutes. I'm at 22:34 with 30 minutes to go. So I only have 8 more minutes to edit, and then we'll be making progress. But I'm going to do a 15-minute sprint in this room because it is quite a mess. There's just a lot of stuff that needs to get cleaned up in here. Okay, so here's the room as a whole. Lots of things on the door. Oh, you know what? I never showed this in my book haul. This is the table runner with book quotes that I got in my Once Upon a Book Club book box at Christmas time. That was one of the gifts. I love it. It's kind of cool. Anyways, let me see how I can change this room in just 15 minutes. Get ready. I didn't totally finish during that sprint. Mainly the things that are on this couch behind me still need to get put away, but I did get all of my BookTube Recommends middle grade up on this shelf. I just doubled up. These are my red middle grade, so now they're like double row. There's books behind there as well. And I did a little bit of color just because it doesn't matter. Those ones are all hopefully going to get read this year. These are also all unread middle grade, so I have plenty to choose from. What else did I do? I just got some things out of here that needed to get put away. I stacked up. This pile is from my latest book haul. I need to put those away, but I need to add them to Goodreads first before I can put them away. So I have that to do. I think I'm going to sit and read for a few minutes. I am going to read Project 1065. I did forget to tell you that I started that audiobook after I listened to one chapter of Things That Matter on the way to the hospital. and didn't care for listening to it, I switched to one of my Christmas book exchange books that I hope to read in February, Project 1065. It's a shorter audio. It's kind of middle grade / early YA. So I'm going to sit and listen to that for a little bit and then get back to editing. Just repeat ad nauseum. But I'm really excited to get all those books up off the floor. They were down here and now they're up on the shelf. Yay! Guess who didn't get any more cleaning done? That would be me. But I did just finish listening to Project 1065 by Alan Gratz. Listened to that whole thing today. And I got a good chunk of my puzzle started. I got all the edges. It's pretty cool puzzle. I can't show you what it looks like because it's on the bottom of this box that has puzzle pieces in it. But I have just sat here eating Thai food. I ordered takeout. It's over there. Boop. Ordered Thai food for takeout because someone gifted me a little gift card for eating out, like a delivery service. And it was delicious. And it made me really happy. And I have leftovers for tomorrow. Yay. I'm going to go sit in the other room. Now I'm going to get myself a little bowl of ice cream. And I'm going to see if there's anybody doing sprints tonight. Because now it's 8:15. And usually if people are doing sprints, they start at 8 or 7:30. So usually on Friday nights, there's somebody doing sprints. So I'm going to find some sprints and get some more reading in. I did finish editing my videos, so I am going to get that finished and ready to go up for tomorrow morning. I'll do that as well. And I'm wearing my middle grade March sweatshirt because I'm so excited that it's coming soon. Yay! It's 11:30 and I really need to go to bed. I didn't realize it was so late. I was painting my nails and listening to Butterfly Yellow, which is one of my Christmas book exchange books. I got this from Amanda. I put it on my February TBR because it's one that she said she wanted me to read. And I made it 116 pages in just from listening to this evening. And I'm really liking it. It's about a young girl from Vietnam who, when she was 12, thought she and her brother would try to escape to America, but she was too old and they only took her brother. But she didn't tell her parents that she was doing this. So then for 6 years, the rest of her family tried to save up enough money to get to the States and try to find the brother. But in the meantime, lots of things happened and ends up that she by herself makes it to America. So she is now 18 years old and has to track down her brother, knowing minimal English. I'm just really enjoying this one. So, liking this one. I already told you I finished Project 1065. This is a World War II story about a young Irish boy whose parents are ambassadors in Germany. And Ireland during the war was neutral. They did not openly get involved, but this is a fictionalized story of how the parents who were ambassadors to Germany were actually spies. And so the young boy himself becomes a part of Hitler Youth and is able to do some spying types of things himself. And Project 1065 was an actual project that the Germans were trying to create to make a jet plane rather than a propeller planes. So he was trying to steal information as a kid because one of his friend's dads was on the project. And yeah, really liked that one. Little historical fiction middle grade, super short chapters, pretty quick read, some high stakes scenes. I also tonight read a bunch more poems in Muses from the Moon by W. Scott. This is another Owl's Nest Publishing book. I am not loving it, I've got to say. These are going to end up being faith-based poems, but right now they're pretty bleak, but it's going to go through the phases of the moon. So the new moon is like no moon. So that's like the darkest. Then crescent, rising crescent, and then waxing crescent, and then full moon. So I'm going to keep going. I don't know when I'll finish it, but I read a bunch of those tonight. And then I also read a short story in my third Christmas book exchange book that I picked for February, My Monticello by Jocelyn Nicole Johnson. One of my goals this year is to read a bunch of short stories. So this has about 7 in it, I think. So I'm just going to read one every few days. And I did not love this first story, but it did have a little bit of a twist in it, which was kind of fun. Yeah, I'm not sure short stories are going to be for me when it's all said and done. At least not like literary fiction ones. I forgot to say in my January wrap up that I did read some Flannery O'Connor in January, and I didn't love those either. So we'll see. When I get to 10 or something, I might do a little wrap up of my short stories as I'm going. But I did read one of these, and I do plan on continuing that. So I did get a ton of reading done today. So I am gonna get ready for bed now. I look really tired today. I am really tired. But it was a decent day. I got some cleaning done, did some laundry, did the dishes. I still need to clean the bathroom and mop the kitchen. Those are like priorities for me tomorrow. All right, that's it for today. I will chat with you tomorrow. Hello. It is Sunday and 1:45 and I'm just leaving church now. And I'm going straight to visit Jordan. I spent a lot more time at church today than planned. We had an interest meeting for a missions trip to Nicaragua later this summer that I'm definitely going to be a part of. I cannot wait. It's in August. I'm already excited. So we just learned about what we would be doing and the cost and the dates and all that stuff. So that went a lot longer than I thought it was going to go. And now I need to go straight to the hospital and see Jordan for a couple hours. But it's much warmer than yesterday. It's 59 degrees out right now. I'm very overdressed in this big puffy coat. I'm actually going to stand up and take it off before I get going here, because I don't need it. I just don't need it. It's almost 60 degrees. So I'm gonna go visit Jordan, and I did bring my Kindle with me. I need to stop and grab a bite to eat of something. I grabbed some goldfish from the kids' room at church. Oh, which I just spilled all over my car. Great. But goldfish are not gonna hold me over. I need to eat something. So I probably will get a little bit more read on the book I'm reading on my Kindle. And I'm only gonna stay for 2 hours maybe. If I can get there by 2, it's 1:45. I'll probably stay till about 4:30 and then go home for the rest of the night. Phew. All right, I'll talk to you later. So it's 5:15 and I'm finally just now home. Oh my word, my hair is still looking so cute. After going to see Jordan, I ran to Walmart because I wanted a pineapple. So I literally walked into Walmart, grabbed a pineapple. Sadly, it was right near the alcohol aisle. And I got this pack of Cayman Jack margaritas. It has all the flavors, and I'm really excited. So I walked into Walmart and I got 2 things. Perfect. So I want to film something. I'm going to cut my pineapple. I want to film something while my hair is cute. And I just put on another round of lipstick so that my lips are not pale. But I don't know what I want to film. I have nothing prepped. So I think one of the things I was going to do this month was an update on my series, kind of at the beginning of a new year. Here are all the series that I'm in the middle of. One of my goals for the year is to complete 6 series this year, knock them off the list. So I have a list in my journal, but I don't know that I added all of the series that I started last year. So I do need to go through my journal and my Goodreads from last year and see, just kind of write them in there. But that one should be pretty quick. Then I was thinking maybe I could do some kind of recommendations. I haven't done a recommendations video in ages, but I feel like that was going to take too much prep. So I think, I could do like a winter book recommendations. I don't think I did that last year. I think I did it 2 years ago. So that would just require me looking at, I think I did a shelf spotlight with snowy covers, wintry covers, which I could do that too. That's an option. I don't know. If you guys have if you ever have specific videos that you would like to see from me. Oh, the other thing I need to do is my journal, my reading journal for the year, but that's not ready either. Maybe I could work on that a little bit this afternoon. That might be close. I think there was just a few things I needed to do, and that maybe I'll just show it even if it's not done. Kind of like, this is my work in progress reading journal. I don't know. But if you have suggestions or things that videos in particular that you would like to see from me, let me know, because I'm always down for ideas. I'm not promising. I'm definitely not promising that I'll do your idea, but I'm always looking for more ideas. So maybe. All right. Oh my word. I'm so excited to eat some pineapple. I'm just going to have a bite right now. Yum. All right. I'm going to finish cutting this pineapple and then sit down and film something. Still haven't read anything today. It's 5:18. I didn't even listen to an audiobook. Nothing. All right, I did it. It's 6:54. I just got done filming 2 things. I did do what I said. I did a winter book recommendations, and I talked about the series that I would like to make progress in this year. So that's done. Took me a long time. And now I'm getting hungry and I am ready to read. I don't know what I'm going to read though. I kind of feel like watching something. I don't know if I want to read tonight. I need to eat something. I have lots of leftovers, so I'm going to go grab some leftovers. Super fun. And maybe I'll do an audiobook while I work on the puzzle. Or do I just want to sit in here? I don't know what I want to do. I'm so, it's the end of the day Sunday and I'm tired. I'm ready for another weekend. It was a long day today. Okay. I'll let you know what I do when I decide. I don't know. It's about 11 o'clock and I am ready to go to bed, but I wanted to just do a quick little wrap up, and holy moly, I have read from 7 different things this weekend. These 6 books, which I'll talk about in a moment, and my book on my Kindle a little bit. But I said earlier I couldn't decide what to do, and so I watched 2 episodes of How I Met Your Mother. I'm slowly working my way through that show. I was binging it for a while, and then I lost steam, and I haven't touched it in a while. But now I like it when I'm eating because it's just a sitcom. They're quick. So I worked on my puzzle and ate dinner and watched How I Met Your Mother, 2 episodes. Then I came in here and worked on my book journal for a little bit. I found sprints, actually on Keisha's channel. Perfect, since I'm going to talk about a book I read with her, for my project of reading like a booktube friend. Anyways, did some sprints where I read a little bit of a couple different things, and I'll talk about that in a second. And I got a little bit more done on my book journal so that hopefully I can share that video before the end of this month. I tried to upload clips of the 2 videos I filmed today, plus for this vlog, and unfortunately, I don't think they uploaded. So I have to try that again before I go to bed because I want to be able to work on that vlog tomorrow. But anyways, as for the reading this weekend, I finished my first book for my Read Like Keisha project. I also filmed a clip of about this one. So I can't really tell you about it that much. I will say that I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. So it's not as big of a hit as my Read Like Chloe books were, but I'm not going to tell you what it was. And then I read a few more poems tonight from Muses from the Moon. I feel dumb when I read it because I feel like there are things I'm supposed to be understanding and I just don't. This is not the kind of poetry for me, I guess, but I am going to finish it. It was a book that was gifted to me by Owl's Nest, so I want to make sure to finish it and have a full understanding, I guess, as much as I can about the book because it was gifted to me. I did read another chapter today in Things That Matter. I'm not loving this book, but I'm going to keep going with it. It was a patron pick last year. I think it was a pick for December. So I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll read it at the end of the year as we look into a new year. Didn't do that. But the chapter I read was all about happiness, overcoming the distraction of happiness, how in our culture right now, the pursuit of happiness, it's right there in our Declaration of Independence, but how happiness is often perceived as doing things for yourself. And that is not what ultimately brings happiness. And he talks about money and food and sex and all of these things that people indulge in to bring them happiness, but that's not ultimately what brings happiness. What brings happiness is serving others and doing for other people. That brings more lasting and true happiness. So he talked a little bit about that in the chapter that I read today. It was good stuff. I mean, I agree with the things that he's saying, but I also felt like it was a little bit repetitive. Yesterday, I finished Project 1065 by Alan Gratz. As I think about it today, I did give this one just 3 stars. I didn't feel like there was a lot of character development in here. It had some, but really it was just action-packed. I can see a middle grader really loving this. It was definitely plot-driven, and I had to suspend my disbelief quite a bit in this one. It was a compelling read. It served its purpose, and I enjoyed it, but I don't think it like captured my heart in any way. Yesterday, I read one short story in my Monticello. I will continue this throughout the month, but I did touch that book this weekend. I picked it up and read some. The book that's on my Kindle that I've been reading is called The Fixer Upper, about this woman who tends to date projects, like men who need a little help with something, and so she helps them, whether it's watching the dog for a week while they're away on a work trip, or like encouraging them to pursue something different. Like she just is somebody who gives and gives and gives, and then ultimately either breaks up with them or they break up with her before it turns into a committed relationship. So her friends, it's the very beginning of the book, and her friends have just pointed this out to her. I don't think she fully realized that that's her tendency of what she does. So I don't know where it's going to go from there. I never read a synopsis of it. I just wanted something light and fluffy while I was sitting with Jordan in the hospital. Today I did not read in the hospital. I brought my Kindle with me, but we watched some of the Hunger Games on TV together today. And then the final book that I read this weekend was Butterfly Yellow. Picked it up, started it, and finished it this weekend. This is by Tanha Lai. I listened to this on audio, and I definitely think that is the way to go for this book. Her English is pretty broken English. It's not her first language, and she's kind of studied on her own with her grandmother. She wasn't really allowed to learn English in Vietnam, but she studied on her own with her grandmother and parents when their goal became to come and find the boy, the brother and son. So the English is very broken English. The accent is Vietnamese, and I think the narrator is Vietnamese as well as this author. His own voices. And I really loved it. I did think that it was beautifully written, almost poetic at times, also at times very choppy and maybe too poetic for my brain. This is YA, so there is a little bit of YA stuff in there. A little bit of a young romance, which I thought at times was super cute, but I also didn't need to know how excited this boy got when he was around a pretty woman. I didn't need to know that. Anyways, I thought this was beautiful. I like Tanha Lai a lot, and I finished that today. But definitely the audiobook is the way to go. So that is my reading for the weekend. I got a lot of reading done. Anyways, I'm going to wrap things up here. I would love to chat with you in the comments about anything that I've read this weekend, or just let me know about how your weekend went. I would love to hear that as well. I do appreciate you being here and hanging out with me, and I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.